champions. And here come Queen's College, not short of confidence, anticipating the cross. And he's fouled just inside the box, it appeared. The referee, Tonya Dean, claiming that the player got the ball, a shot from distance. Is gobbled up by the goalkeeper. And a penalty chance there, Kwame. How did you see that one?
Pretty close. I think she gave him the benefit of the doubt. She probably saw it as a coming together rather than a player being brought down in the area.
Well, the referee's law is the law in the football game. Queen's College not deterred. Here they come again. On the left-hand side, nice turn away from his marker. Pass to the wing, looking for the cross. And it's smothered there in the box, but he gets past his man to the line. And very neat angle there. Keeper spills it, but his defense having to help him out. St. Leonard's on the back foot early on in this game. We wouldn't have expected that. But I think they have the skill and the confidence, certainly as champions, to deal with the challenge of Queen's College in these early 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes gone. Can't really tell where the game is going, and trying to evade his man on the line, and ends up giving away a throw-in. What information do you have for me, Kwame, concerning these two powerhouses?
Well, at the moment, I can definitely say that Khalil Vanderpool Nurse, one of the leading scorers in the competition. Chance here on goal. Just over the crossbar. But he has 5 goals. Jamarco Gill, who would mean the leading scorer, wasn't able to get his team, St. George Secondary, past the quarterfinal stage. Being defeated 2-1 by Queen's College. Vanderpool Nurse.
St. Leonard's now taking control of the situation in their own half. It's been backs to the wall so far these first 3 minutes or so. Queen's College still on the counter-attack, using some nimble footwork to get past their markers. Still on the ball, Queen's College looking to push past his man, and a strong challenge from the defender, probably one of the shortest guys on the pitch, making his presence felt. Can't allow Queen's College to gain a significant advantage in terms of possession, because from then it's very difficult to keep them out of your area. So far it looks like Queen's College are winning the physical battle, and their touch looks very sure. Clearance again by St. Leonard's down the pitch, and looking for the counter-attack. It could be on out of nowhere, and he's on it, and crosses for no one. Unfortunately, no one was able to get up there. But you see, Kwame, how quickly this game can change. Queen's College dominating possession for the opening 3.5 minutes, and oh my goodness me, some rough skill on this nearby line, and pull back for the free kick.
That is Shakobi Braffett, number 5. But there you saw a quick burst of speed made by Jaden Pierce, wearing the number 4 jersey for St. Leonard's. But as I look at the statistics from the group, from the northern group stage, the northern zone, Queen's College and Frederick Smith would have been the 2 teams that advanced. Queen's College playing 5 games, winning all 5, scoring some 14 goals and only conceding 2. And Frederick Smith, 5 games, 3 wins and 2 losses, scoring 10 goals and conceding 5. So we definitely know that Queen's College are a team that can score goals.
That is for sure. And they seem very capable at keeping them out as well. Nice switch pass by St. Leonard's, finds its mark eventually, but poor touch allows Queen's College back in possession. On the left now, carefully searching for the pass and looking for the Hollywood ball through the middle, cleared away by the St. Leonard's defense, and they're back on the ball looking for the short passes. No call of man on. St. Leonard's easily regain possession. Fabian Messiah, the coach, he is very accustomed to being in the dugout at the WILDEY turf. And another expansive pass. I think the player, it appeared as though he came from an offside position, But the assistant referee saying no. St. Leonard's now looking for some nice footwork there to build themselves out of the back. Left-footed pass straight down the pitch. Route 1. Nice touch in between the defenders. And a flick on the outside of the boot. Goes agonizingly wide. And you see so far, Kwame, even though St. Leonard's have not dominated possession, even though St. Leonard's seem to be on the back foot, possession-wise, they've carved out 2 very good opportunities and could be very far ahead.
Very true. Looks like a card being shown very early in the proceedings.
I think referee Dean, even though I don't like to criticize the referees, but I think a yellow card this early in the game at this level as well, can make for a tight affair. But it seems that the referee thought that the yellow card was becoming of the injustice that just occurred. I think the player took a hand to the face, what we would consider a slap. It's a long ball into the box, and a chance now for St. Leonard's, and that's the 3rd chance that goes a begging for them. And St. Leonard's usually not this wasteful, especially the chances that they've had, the nature of the chances they've had, and at the expense of a lot of possession as well.
Yeah, that's indeed Ford Blades has had those couple of opportunities. And it looks like Jaden Gurwich, who was booked for Queen's College.
St. Leonard's on the far side. It's a very heavy touch, and allows Queen's College back in possession. And just slaloming through the middle there, not really looking for a pass, taking his head up, and it's a short pass to the wing. Here come Queen's College. The ball ricochets off the Queen's College player, QC. QC is the nickname for Queen's College, isn't it? Yeah. And there are no more. Queen's SLB. So QC versus SLB is the abbreviations we're going to go with.
The boys from Richmond.
The boys from Richmond and the boys from Husbands. Yeah. The Richmond Husbands, if these 2 teams were supposed to combine. Anyway, we get sidetracked. Here's St. Leonard's knocking that one very long, looking for the player here now, number 7. And he's challenged there, and you see that long ball is really working for St. Leonard's early on, under a lot of pressure and improvising, getting the ball long, getting the ball into the channels. And that is what you have to do most of the time as a football team, because your game plan, you're not playing against babies. Your game plan is not always going to work. A team is not going to lay down all the time and allow you to play your game. And there's a free kick now for St. Leonard's in a very favorable position. So they're getting themselves back into the game very slowly. But a team is never going to lay down and just allow you to play your game. So you have to always improvise and find a plan B of sorts when the other team is trying to implement their own game plan. So I think St. Leonard's have done well in trying to neutralize the attack of Queen's College and now have a very favorable free kick from just about 22 yards out. And I am sure this is going to be a strike on goal, approaching 10 minutes. And it is a strike on goal, just rising just before he got to the goalkeeper. And that's about 4 shots now for St. Leonard's, none on target.
Yeah, to Dre Archer there with the free kick going over the crossbar.
And it seems, I think all 4 of those chances came to 4 different players. And I think that's indicative of how St. Leonard's have been able to score their goals this season. Everyone in the team contributing. They don't have a leading marksman. I think the last time I remember they having a leading marksman in this tournament, I think Shaquille Boyce was the guy that we looked to for the golden boot in this tournament for St. Leonard's. But since then, they have had some leading marksmen, especially Nell Reed-Stephen, who's a national selectee now. And they have been able to conjure up goals from all areas of the pitch. So everyone can contribute. And it's easier too because the defense, and that's a slack pass, unforced error from Queen's College as St. Leonard's slowly build themselves into this game.
Pretty hard from our vantage point too, Nick, to really see the numbers of the Queen's College players because it's kind of like a faint gold. So the numbers are not as pronounced as the bright white of St. Leonard's boys.
And that's a fantastic Hollywood pass across under pressure, and St. Leonard's now challenged from behind, and a foul adjudged by referee Dean, and 0-0 on the score, almost 12 minutes.
So, medic being required to apply some treatment to be fallen St. Leonard's player. Looks like Rashawn Hoyt. Coach Messiah comes onto the field to apply some of that traditional. It's become traditional now, Nick. The magic spray.
Yeah, man. It's a requirement in every medic's first aid kit. The magic spray. I think I'm gonna purchase a can for myself because sometimes I may be in the house and stub my toe on the side of the table, and I think some magic spray will diffuse the pain a bit. St. Leonard's get themselves kick-started again, and referee sees an infraction, and it will be still in the possession of St. Leonard's. This is almost 13 minutes gone here, 35 minutes a half, 10 minutes less than the usual that we're accustomed to. But nevertheless, I'm sure we will see a lot of quality. Player goes down on his own there. St. Leonard's now favorable position on the right-hand side across at the final moment. And I think he's won a corner kick for his side. And St. Leonard's continue to pile on the pressure on QC. QC had a very good opening 3 minutes or so. And after a few counter-attacks and a few chances from St. Leonard's, they have grown into the game as we expected them to. And taking the time now over this corner kick. The champions. And as we said, probably the sternest test for Queen's College up to this point. It's a pretty good corner. Heads go up at the back post. And nothing doing at the end. And QC survive another play. 14 minutes gone now, and I think Queen's College will be wondering where did their early advantage go.
And the thing about it is another opportunity there for Kyle Forward Blaze, one of the taller players on the field. Between him and Tadrea Archer, his teammate who's playing at centre back. Not sure who's taller, but they're not. I mean, in and amongst the height, there's a pretty diminutive players there as well. Keyshawn Thomas playing outright, who's showing some skill. The number 3 for St. Leonard's boys. Ball played long. Very lackadaisical effort there by the Shad Paris. Ball taken away. Khalil Van der Poel Nurse holds up possession momentarily as QC builds in the middle of the field. Attempted dribble, ball taken away by Jacoby Braffett. Ball played through, looking for Kyle Forward Blades. Well cleared by the goalkeeper.
See this hyphenated last name thing, I always have to speak about this because I think it's a new trend in football, whether in Barbados or whether in England. It's a new trend in football, and I'm sure soon from now most footballers will have this hyphenated name because it is kind of unique, you know. No one else has that name. There's no one else in football called Van der Poel Nurse or Ford Blades.
In Barbados, that's a basketball name.
For real?
Yeah, there's a Charles Van der Poel Nurse, so I don't know.
That's his dad or something?
It may be.
He gotta be a family member.
Gotta be.
It'll be, you know, so let's not spread any false news. Yeah, St. Leonard's free kick, looking for the opening goal to the back post, climbed high, but nothing doing on that occasion. I'm sure most of these youngsters would have been tuned into the national senior team last night. Unfortunately, we fell to a 1-0 defeat by Nicaragua, but I think we performed pretty well for large periods, and I'm sure these guys will take much inspiration from that performance and think that in the next few years they can indeed get to that level. And certainly the St. Leonard's boys, having seen one of their teammates play for at least 25 minutes last night, and he even had a shot from distance, and he was just last there he was playing on this platform, and in 12 months time he's really elevated himself as, I would say, one of the best footballers in Barbados, and that is a signal of intent.
Very true.
And I'm sure that many of these footballers will take that inspiration. Easy chance now. The ball spins to the goalkeeper and he is first to it still. St. Leonard's getting a bit frustrated because they think that by now they should have made a breakthrough. About halfway through this first half now. And looking to turn out, keeping the ball in. No, he didn't. And Queen's College now can pounce on this one pretty quickly. Ball thrown straight down, and the defense having to take evasive action, and clearance spinning off the top of his boot.
Good pressure there by Van der Poel Nurse, forcing the error.
Van der Poel Nurse playing all over the pitch. Queen's College, he's really the talisman for them, and I think anything good that comes from this QC team will come through him. Simply because he's a magnetic player. The ball is just attracted to him, whether it's tackling and whether it's spraying the ball. You know, you just have some of these guys where the ball is just attracted to you, and as a result you have the real control of your team. Here he is again on the ball, the cross looking to come into the box, and St. Leonard's can smother that one and get it away. Nice footwork there, and gets to his men very luckily there, and forward movement now for St. Leonard's on the counter attack. Ball went wide, options decreased, and the interception by the defense. Queen's College now fighting in the middle now, tangled legs, and the free kick adjudged to be given to St. Leonard's. I think they wanted to play that one quickly, but no one was really alert to the situation. No goals yet. Had some clear-cut chances for St. Leonard's and some favourable possession for QC, but still no breakthrough. Ball is dinked towards the goalkeeper, who drops it on his line but can pick up the ball very comfortably. Hearing a lot of noise and chatter from the direction of the office. Lack of communication there by Queen's College, by St. Leonard's, my apologies. And Queen's College still cannot get out of their half. Squeezing the game now, St. Leonard's, in an attempt to.
You see a visibly upset Van der Poel Nurse, hoping that the keeper Harvey would have played the goal kick in his direction due to the fact that he was unmarked.
Yeah, unfortunately the ball did not come his direction. Here's St. Leonard's now looking to capitalize on this position. Here on the byline now, looking to win the corner. Clearance. The final moment. QC having to double up defensively. It's been a real backs to the wall job for Queen's College now. Not being able to get out of their own half. Throwing is taken and cleared away by the husbands' boys. By the husbands, I should just call them the husbands. And it's been pretty comfortable for St. Leonard's in terms of denying space for Queen's College. Here St. Leonard's looking to move into space themselves. Recycling possession very well. Plays the ball wide. And looking for the slide rule pass again. Very snappy work. Tenacious work by St. Leonard's. Queen's College, a lot of men in the middle, but no one really out wide. Only Van der Poel Nurse looking for that outlet pass. 1-2 played on the right wing. Very clean and crisp. Good control. Looking for the return pass. And again, Queen's College having to defend, and he's muscled his man now. And Queen's College still staying in those areas where it's very congested, and now they're looking to get out of the congestion, and it's very difficult to do so. I think he's been pulled down. Referee says advantage. Queen's College can come down the wing now, faced by two. Cuts inside. Good challenge. Gets a toe in, and St. Leonard's can come again, looking for the counter attack, moving inside. Sticks a big foot there by the Queen's College defender, and here they can come again. And two players now for St. Leonard's doubling up on the attacker and forcing him off, and it will be a throw-in for Queen's College. Very rapid period of play there, and the wind making its presence felt, as I'm sure you will see from the advertising around the AstroTurf. Wind is taking control here. The long pass is played. The defender gets a header down. Queen's College come again. Very good position, getting the ball in through wall, and it's a fantastic save. Most clear-cut opportunity for the game, and the goalkeeper, a great reflex save to his left. And as we said, Queen's College dominating possession early out. No real chances. But I wish we could see the replay of that goal. Cutting inside, great ball, stayed onside, and the goalkeeper, just a reflex save, and the ball was very close to his face as well. And could have been, should have been, might have been 1-0 for Queen's College, but for a great save by the goalie. Still 0-0, and he keeps his team in the hunt.
So a substitution is also being made, Nate Maitland. Looks like Deshard Paris, who's exiting the game, and Christian St. Hill is also entering. But fantastic work done initially by Ethan Squares to go past two and play Vanderpool Nurse in, who was brilliantly saved point blank. You know, you're a Manchester United man, so one of the greatest keepers in the world in terms of his reflexes is David De Gea, and he would have been surely proud of that.
Yes, I'm sure he's watching as well. Good evening, David. Corner kick for St. Leonard's for Queen's College is brought back. An infringement being seen in the box.
In my time of watching Barbadian football, I would have seen the likes of Horace Stout in bars, Adrian Chase, Alvin Rouse, Jason Boxall, Kerry Holder. This guy used to play for St. John's Sonnets too. Bernard Howell.
Yes. So far, 24 minutes, and we've had one clear-cut chance for St. Leonard's, for Queen's College, my apologies. Queen's College in their white and red, and St. Leonard's in their all red. Here's Queen's College now, looking to come forward. One man on his right, and he will anticipate the pass now. Here he is now, looking for the first-time cross to the back post. It rises, and it goes into the back of the net. Queen's College make the breakthrough. I think the player did the right thing with crossing the ball first time, but it spooned up off of his boot, and I think it caught the goalkeeper and the defense by surprise and just nestled in the back of the net with 24 minutes on the clock. Ball to the winger on the right, and a chip cross to the back post. He was looking for Vanderpool Nurse at the back post, and
Ethan Squires
with a freak goal after 25 minutes, making the breakthrough finally for Queen's College. I think on the balance of play, it may be against the run of play, or you could say it was well deserved, because Queen's College have been very efficient going forward. St. Leonard's wasting a few chances, and Queen's College came very close with the save just now, and now are into the lead. So Queen's College lead 1-0 after 25 and a half minutes.
I guess you could say that they had the better of the exchanges in the last 2 minutes. To say it came against the run of play would have been a bit harsh, but the win definitely was a bit harsh to St. Leonard's boys there. That definitely altered the course of that ball, and the height. It dipped just under the crossbar. And unfortunately for St. Leonard's boys, they're down 1-0. Acrobatic effort there. But the player adjudged to be offside. He made beautiful connection there on that straight nick.
Well, I think that that might have been
like Jaden Seeley, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have been a very pretty finish, but nevertheless, it's still 1-0 to QC. The St. Leonard's looking to strike back immediately. The goalkeeper having to come out to save his team, and he does so. And a quick throw out, and Queen's College can get on the attack once again, bringing it forward now into space. Great pass inside. First time to the wing. Flag stays down. Under close company there. And St. Leonard's right back battling hard, and he wins his side a free kick as well. St. Leonard's, the first thought now for these next 8 or so minutes of this first half, get back on level terms, because if they go into the second half behind, gives themselves an even greater task to overturn this deficit. Great control. Moves away now from his marker. First time pass around the corner, but the goalkeeper can come off his line and claim that one. Seeing the goalkeeper throwing the ball a lot, but he elects to boot this one clear now. Vanderpool Nurse. I'm getting my tongue mixed up here with all these hyphenated names. But Vanderpool Nurse was in acres of space just now by himself, and the goalkeeper took the kick. And he must be one of the players that they are very invested and interested in because of his skill level. I think he's a national player as well.
I believe so.
So they will do very well to keep him quiet. He was the intended target of that cross for the goal. So it is very necessary. And here he is again on the ball. Nice touch. And the defender can get the ball clear. Once again, Vanderpool Nurse. Great feet in the midfield.
I remember the name too, because he did pretty well last year in the Scotiabank Youth Cup. Scored a number of goals.
Definitely one for the future. First time pass over the top, looking for Vanderpool Nurse. Nods it on with his head, looking for the cross at the back post, a little bit behind his teammate there, and a touch at the top of the box across the floor. And just trickles wide. Great inventive play and an inventive approach play by Queen's College there. And they're looking to turn the screw now and really establish a momentous advantage in this semi-final against the champions from Richmond Gap. Free kick now for St. Leonard's. Referee Dean opting not to play the advantage and instead awards the free kick. And St. Leonard's will look to get a lot of bodies forward.
Think about St. Leonard's though, coming through the central zone, as there in Commonwealth School would have been the two teams that advanced for the central zone. St. Leonard's would have played some 6 games, winning all 6, scoring some 14 and conceding only 3.
Ball is flat across the ground and trying to shield the ball away, but the goalkeeper can nonchalantly control and assess the field. And exhibited a lot of control and a lot of dominance in this game, Queen's College, since they got that opening goal headed on in the midfield and looking to play the reverse pass. Gets through 2 men. A lot of traffic there in the midfield. Battling hard. Here's St. Leonard's playing this slide rule pass. The defender having to deal with it. 2 men were there though. Bundles into his man, but he is the one that goes down. I think if the St. Leonard's attacker went down there, the referee would have a different decision to make. His Vanderpool Nurse, no, not Vanderpool Nurse, but one of his teammates. They have similar haircuts. I'm sorry, that is what confused me. They don't look similar, just a similar haircut. I think that's one that the youngsters have now. The shaved sides and growing out the top.
That is the goal scorer Ethan Squires, who's been heavily involved in most of what Queen's College has conjured up so far.
And they're looking to conjure up even more now. Short pass to the midfield, looking to build the ball well. One thing I can say about Queen's College, they do distribute possession very well. Looking for the slide rule pass, looking to get in behind. Intercepted by St. Leonard's, looking to get that ball now down the right channel. And I think he gave up on it, and as a result had to put on the afterburners now. Here's the player now cutting in from the right. And defended well by Queen's College now for the throw-in.
It felt like Jaden Pierce had so much time on the ball without a teammate anywhere in close proximity, and eventually ran into trouble. The ball was dispossessed.
Cross to the box, looking for at the back post with a shove on his marker, and that player comes to nothing. So St. Leonard's looking a bit desperate. Queen's College looking the cooler of these two customers, and I think they would just try to ride out the time now. Just over 3 minutes or so till half time. They will look to ride out the time till then, playing some short passes in defense, and intercepted now by Queen's College, by St. Leonard's. Nice turn, gets past two, in the box now, steps inside one and blocked. Ball out to the top of the box using his size and his skill. The player is down for St. Leonard's, looking to force the ball into the box. Now ball is into the box, looking for the chance of shot from distance, and the goalkeeper can hold on to that one, and I think some medical attention is being brought on again. The magic spray, Kwame, is coming out again.
But before I get to that, though, to me, a bit of craziness there from Queen's College. You're going into down stages of the first half with a goal to the good, and instead of clearing the ball, you put yourself into a hole by playing it short, and then virtually giving it away.
Yeah, it looked a bit mad. I'm not sure what they were thinking on that occasion, but I think they're exercising a bit too much control now, and St. Leonard's now will have the opportunity to get some fluid, but game is about to start. Fabian Messiah having to remind his players that it's not a water break. It's almost half time. Need to focus on getting the goal back. Not
so obviously, if he can, as coach, achieve the task of winning this under-16 tournament, he would have won the under-19 and under-16 in the same year, Nick.
Well, it would be some achievement, and the player looked to have been brought down, but nothing doing. It is a free kick for Queen's College. I thought there wasn't a free kick there because no one looked very excited, but the Queen's College players, I don't know if they're tired, I don't know if they've given up, but they haven't been as effervescent since the goal scored. And ball is in the box, and oh my goodness, both the players went up for it and missed it. I think if they just had the narrowest of touches to redirect that one may have settled in the back of the net, and St. Leonard's have been looking at a momentous task come the second half.
Yes, the late football played in there by Kishmar Ramsey, looking for the advancing run of Khalil Van der Poel Nurse. Just missing the header. Ball went all the way through and crashed into the post.
I think Queen's College have demonstrated a calm assertiveness throughout this game. Early cross looking around the corner, and the goalkeeper can pick it up very easily. This goalkeeper has been very busy, but he's been busy keeping out the opposition, and lack of communication again on the part of St. Leonard's. As I said, Queen's College, I think, have been calmly assertive in this game. From minute one, they dominated possession. They've been the better passers, and that one will be offside for the player who is chasing that one down the left flank. They've been quietly assertive, dominant in possession, and the best chances have fallen to them. And I think that St. Leonard's in the second half will have to start much different than they did this one. They've never really been in it, and now at half time, St. Leonard's are almost out of it. It is 1-0 to Queen's College. At the half, we'll be back very soon for the resumption and the conclusion of this first semi-final. Uh, 25. I got 25. There's 24 something on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Coca-Cola Barbados Secondary Schools Football League, and this is the Under-16 semi-final between Queen's College and the Pine Hill Dairy St. Leonard's Boys School. Joining me now is Mr. Ramon G, who is a well-renowned personality here in Barbados. Now Ramon, you would have had a close eye on that first half. The score is 1-0 to Queen's College. What do you make of that?
That's a very good, well, what I call a very good of football from the college just now. Actually looking at it, I actually thought that St. Leonard's had the upper hand in the football, but Queen's College played a very cool, calm football game just now for the first half, and I just can't wait to see what they have in store for the second half actually. Queen's College taking advantage of all mistakes made by St. Leonard's just now, and I'll just wait to see how it goes. I don't know what you think of it, but I think that Queen's College currently has the upper hand, looking like a lot more energy than St. Leonard's also.
Well, you speak about cool and calm. I definitely have to agree with you in that sense, but I think what Queen's College have done so well, they have really spread the play, whereas I think St. Leonard's have been a little too central. I think their centre midfielders have had a difficult time communicating with each other, and if St. Leonard's are to come out and come back and win this game, Ramon, they will definitely need to link up with their the players in the front of the field a little better, because, and I definitely think that St. Leonard's goalkeeper has really saved St. Leonard, because
he has put on a tremendous save in the first half. That was a very, very beautiful save. As a goalkeeper myself, that was beautiful. However, as you said, they are lacking some communication in the midfield, and in order for them to fix that, well, to come back from this position, they will need to fix that. However, they're rushing the football, especially with the overhead through balls, seeing that I guess they're assuming that they have the faster striker to the defender, and he's clearly much taller than the current right back, so they're using that to their advantage, but the players getting nowhere, and they're continuously using it over and over again. It's getting monotonous by now, so Queen's College has right that by now, and that definitely isn't working. Midfield definitely needs to come together as a team. I don't know what exactly they're going to put into this second half to get that done, but in order for them to come back now, they're going to need a lot more than just the goalkeeper saving them.
well, we speak about Queen's College, and I think Ethan Squares would have scored the goal for them in the 25th minute. Really, it was supposed to be a cross, really, but it just spooned over the goalkeeper's head. And I think the way it seemed was that the ball got a little too big on the keeper. I think he could have done a little better in terms of coming out on his line and maybe getting to that before it rolls over his head.
Really, I can't necessarily say that the keeper had moved off his lane at the right time, because really it was a cross. So he should have been on his lane and not even moving off of his lane at the timing. Because if you're looking for the cross and not the shot, the cross now you're looking for the header. So you need to be on your lane for the header.
Well, we talk about St. Leonard's keeper. Just want to go to the Queen's College keeper, who's been exceptional for him all tournament. He's only conceded 2 goals in the entire tournament. And what do you make of his performance?
Well, he's keeping very well today. He's actually doing a very great job. The defenders aren't making it too hard for him, and he just had to keep cleaning up the small spills. It's nothing big for him.
But I just want to say, in terms of distribution, his kicking, which is so important, I think he's really got it spot on, finding those players in the midfield and then being able to relay it onto those wingers and strikers.
That is indeed correct. He's actually very good with the distribution, and actually most keepers are supposed to be great with distribution, and that's what he's doing. He's really the key at the moment.
And for you, finally, what's your main area that you think St. Leonard's needs to improve if they are to come back and book a place in that final?
As we spoke before, that midfield, they're going to need to improve on that midfield, get some communication going on with the midfield and the attackers, because the defenders aren't doing a bad job, but the midfield definitely needs to communicate, get in touch with the attackers, and get some goals and shots on target.
And we see the other game, we see the other squads have been here, Frederick Smith versus DEIGHTON Griffith, and are you looking forward to that one?
Definitely. It was actually a shock, because I'm actually hearing that these guys have played some really, really great football, and I don't know the last time I've heard Frederick Smith or DEIGHTON Griffith in the semi-finals or a final, so I'm just waiting to see how this goes, and let's all have a nice session of the next half.
What's your prediction for what do you think will be the outcome of this game?
Well, the way that Queen's College is playing right now, we could just say that a comfortable 3-0 victory, but who knows?
Well, I think they'll need some help from top striker Khalil Van der Poel Nurse if they are to score that 3 goals. But folks, this is the halftime report here. We're live at the Barbados Football Association, and we're going to send it back to the commentators.
So welcome back to live coverage of the First semi-final being contested between St. Leonard's boys and Queen's College. If you're now joining us, Queen's College up 1-0. Compliments of a Ethan Squire straight in the 25th minute. And Kwame Paris getting ready to be rejoined by Nick Maitland. Nick, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, I think the first half went along very quickly. Queen's College with a chance now early in the second half. Oh, the players slipped at the final moment. In the first half, Queen's College have been assertive in all the right areas. They've had the best chances. They've defended as a team and played as a team as well, sharing possession across the field and making the pitch very, very big, being very direct as well. So as we were discussing off air, I think that the next goal is going to be some sort of a pointer to who will eventually be successful here and book their place in the final. If Queen's College can get the next one, I think that will be curtains for St. Leonard's. Strong tackle in the midfield. And if St. Leonard's, as we know them to be the consummate champions, I think that if they can get the next goal here, that their experience and their will and drive, and of course the experience, as I said, being at this level, at this stage, will spur them on. But it's still to be seen. Lots more football to be had. Here is Van der Poel Nurse picked his pocket in midfield, and St. Leonard's can build the play now very comfortably. They need not rush, and they need not pressure themselves into getting the goal. Here is St. Leonard's on the right, cuts back very neatly on his man, turn to the top of the box, and it's a chance that's gone a begging now, and a swift pass to the flank, and the switch from defense to attack, very evident for both teams. Game very open now, playing a 1-2 in the midfield, taking two players out of the game. The shot from distance is rising, and it goes wide. And you see the intent of the St. Leonard's boys early in the second half, looking to get back on level terms, and almost did so. Very brave shot, but goes a begging.
Didn't like the decision there by Archer to go for goal, but so many options to the right of him. But nonetheless, he's had a pretty competent game at centre back. He's looked like one playing, you know, at a younger age, he looks very assertive and assured of his decision making, and he's been very solid at the back.
And St. Leonard's being trapped at the back, and can restart the game now with a goal kick. And you know, when you're trailing in a football game, the time seems to go along very quickly. When you're leading as QCR, you feel like time goes along quite slowly, and that's why the impetus is there to get a second goal, to put this one to bed. Here they come again, St. Leonard's. Ball played wide. Shortest guy on the pitch. You have his name there, Kwame?
Keyshawn Thomas.
Keyshawn Thomas. Strong, sturdy name for a little guy. And why not? Your name normally tells a story. For example, my name, Nicholas, means victory of the people. And today we will see a victory for some people. What does your name mean, Kwame? Do you know? I'm sure you know.
My name is one given to a male child born on a Saturday. But more importantly, it was named after a former president of the country of Ghana. Okay. That's a very deep backstory to your name. And I appreciate you sharing that story with us. Here is Queen's College now looking to clear that danger, and they do, into the stands there, which were bursting to the seams last night. The Coca-Cola Nations League qualifier here against Nicaragua. Just a 1-0 defeat, as we said, and
wasn't very embarrassing for us, and we continue to grow. Queen's College now trying to get that one away from their penalty area. They have been under the cosh for the last few minutes, and their main man can get them out now. He takes the charge now, tackle from behind, loses possession in the midfield, and he goes to the ground in a bit of frustration. Ball played long. The goalkeeper is drawn to that one, and as well as the defenders. And a clearance now for Queen's College. You realize they're not just booting the ball down the pitch. They're always looking for a teammate, and that may come to their undoing. And a free kick now for St. Leonards in a pretty good position there. Had a free kick early in this first half from this similar area. And now they have a second one, and it might be a second opportunity to get that position right and get that shot right from the set piece, and it would be a very, very good equalizer if they can put it in the net. It's hit high towards goal, and the goalkeeper is not too worried about that one. And if the shots keep coming like that for the entire game, I don't think he will be very worried or fussed about keeping a clean sheet.
At least the second free kick I can remember, may have been more, that Archer has taken and really hasn't found the range. Probably they could try something different from the set piece. As counter attack starting to open up by Queen's College. Moment lost as Sia Right Shirts being able to replenish the numbers. Beautiful skill there.
That was a wild tackle as well. Here comes Queen's College now. Step past one challenge. He has the confidence to move past another one. Here's the main man. There's so much space on the box. I think he should have driven straight to goal, conceding a really, really good free kick there. Really good free kick for Queen's College and a really poor one for St. Leonards. But you see how much space Van der Poel Nurse? See how much space he was in at the top of the box. I think St. Leonards' game plan should be keep him out the game.
It's more than space. It was the full galaxy.
Deny him space. It was the whole Milky Way he had there. My goodness me. They should do a better job of keeping him quiet. So far they haven't. And now they have to face this set piece situation. And I am sure that whoever strikes this one is going straight for goal. But with such a strong passing team, I'm not... they may even pull a routine here. Shot for goal is just wide.
That wasn't that far away, Nick.
It doesn't look that way to me, and I'm sure that the players down on the pitch knew how close it was to scoring.
So, Jaden Seeley in the pink boots. Yesterday we saw Hayden Holligan in the pink boots. I found this season though not really getting distracted on Nick. He's played better when he hasn't worn pink boots, but Jaden Seeley there with beautiful technique.
So you got something against pink boots?
They seem to be working for Jaden Seeley.
Seems that way. But me personally, I don't think I would play in the pink boots. And you would understand that as a United fan, the pink kit that their main player then come in with this season, I'm not really the biggest fan of that. But you know, they say real men wear pink. And I think a woman came up with that saying as well. But we've been socialized different ways, okay? So if you like wearing your pink, go right ahead. This is not a public service announcement of any kind. So guys, if you like wearing your pink, you go right ahead. Here's St. Leonards now playing the ball short. I think they should have played that one long and try to get some kind of direct play in. Great tackle there in the midfield. Van der Poel Nurse in close attendance to that one. Side route pass now. He got through a lot of players there. Another through ball is smothered now. Playing wide.
Keyshawn
Thomas, the guy with the small guy with the big name. And it's Thomas again. Controls it well under pressure. But the ball is played off him last. And it will be a goal kick.
What I like about the other number 3, which is the number 3 now for Queen's College, and after making the tackle, he urged his teammates to push up to create some pressure on St. Leonards, who, since the game has resumed, has had way more possession than the boys from St. James.
Oh, that's great skill. Touching through the middle, and it's a ball played wide. Vanderpool Nurse searching for this one. And that one trickles harmlessly out.
I have one for you, though, Nick. We have a Mackay Francis Shepherd in number 6 for Queen's College, who just
What did he do?
eluded 2 players with the brilliant skill that you just described.
Yeah, man. Nice touch. And he went straight to the middle. Queen's College are a very good passing team, and all the players look very confident on the ball, very sure of themselves. They know what they want to do. They know where and when, how they want to move the ball. And it is very evident for all to see. I'm very impressed with Queen's College's play over these 45 minutes. And if St. Leonard's cannot get a goal soon, I think that Queen's College may run away with this one. But still a lot of football to play, about 25 minutes of it. And we won't jump to any conclusions yet. But Queen's College definitely in the ascendancy.
Jaden Gurridge returns to his feet. So there's a Jaden Seeley and there's a Jaden Gurridge. So there's 2 Seeleys, Nathan Seeley and Jaden Seeley, and 2 Jadens, Jaden Gurridge, Jaden Seeley.
Yeah, those are the popular names among this age group, isn't it? Remember, the popular names around the certain age groups would have been Peter and George and Fitzpatrick. Now it's the Jadens. A great challenge coming in and knocking that one out for a corner kick, and it's been a backs to the walls job. And when it has been, QC have answered every question, and looks very difficult to get past them today.
Mackay Francis Shepherd with a strong tackle.
This guy with the number 11 for St. Leonard's has been warming up since the first half started. Queen's College now come again, looking to win back possession, and they do. They can move out now. Smother now in the midfield, won it just ahead of the box, just outside of the box. Thomas looking for the pass, and he hit it way too hard. And
that's Christian St. Hill.
Christian St. Hill.
It was almost like you can feel the tackle coming.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to get rid of something hot that you just took out the saucepan.
hot potato. Yeah, man. Or when you put like fish or something in your mouth and you can't get out fast enough when it's too hot, man. I think that's the problem there. That's a great pass. Looking for Thomas. He's fighting to get to that one. Oh, I think the wind was holding him back a little bit. His jersey is way too big. Such a large shirt on a little guy. I think the wind probably caught up in his jersey a bit and was holding him back. He was really fighting for that one. But I think I really like this player because he's a very tenacious guy. You see he's running back here now very diligently. Very tenacious footballer. Even though he's one of the smallest, he's very confident. And I was just watching the Antoine Griezmann documentary on Netflix, and he was turned away from a lot of clubs because he was very small. But he went to Spain, and who adored his technical ability, and he got his way. So it doesn't matter your size. Once you have the heart and the belief, you can make it in this beautiful game that we call football or soccer, if you're feeling American. Here is St. Leonard's fighting for the ball. He's won it back, and he's been fouled. Says no, says the referee. Need to stop saying things out of turn. Vanderpool Nurse will look to run down this one, but the defender, I think, will allow this one to go. Vanderpool Nurse nipped around the corner, won it, and in the end, it's a goal kick. And you see, at certain times, QC are really applying the pressure to St. Leonard's, and even in that situation where the St. Leonard's defender thought he could just walk it out, Vanderpool Nurse did not give up. So it's in these very fine margins and these small situations, Queen's College are really dominating their opponents. Here they come again, still with possession, looking for Vanderpool Nurse on the outside. You hit this one first time. The goalkeeper with a save punches it back out, and the header is in, and it's in the back of the net. I'm not sure who got the last touch there, but Queen's College have a second goal, and as I've said, they've beaten St. Leonard's in so many one-on-one situations. And with the ball coming to Vanderpool Nurse, you thought for sure he would have taken a strike, and in the end it comes up 2-0, and the champions are on the ropes. St. Leonard's 0, Queen's College 2.
I'm trying to see who had the last touch there. It looks like number 9. Was it number 9 or number 19? No. Looks like number 19, Joshua Johnson. But while that was going on, Nick, it seems like someone was also booked for some kind of descent. As the goalkeeper probably thought he was fouled as well, going for the second attempt after he would have parried the shot. But when it's all done and dusted, the referee's decision stands and the score is now 2-0. So some 52 minutes gone in this encounter, and it's looking like Queen's College will be the first team to book their passage into the finals of this Barbados Secondary School Coca-Cola under 16 tournament. So we just await the resumption as coach Fabian Messiah, doubling as the medic, takes his cool time in leaving the field, and also Keyshawn Thomas exits the game for, it looks like, Shiloh Wiltshire. Under 16. So, any moment now, whistle to resume the game by referee Tony Dean. So, Queen's College 2 goes to the good, no doubt. Feeling as though they have this game in the bag. It's Ethan Squires, who's been quite enterprising so far this game. Takes on his man, ball taken away to Dre Archer and his teammate, lackadaisical. St. Leonard's really needs to do something different here, though. They started the second half the more positive of the two without having any shots on target. They've looked more dangerous when Kyle Blaze Ford has run at the defense. But unfortunately for him, he's had no one to relay the ball to in the center of the attacking third.
Just received some intel that we are watching a lot of the under-15 nationals. You remember the under-15s were successful against Puerto Rico about 10 days ago or a week ago. I'm not very good with time, but for St. Leonard's you have Tidre Arthur that you just mentioned, Kyle Ford Blades. Also for St. Leonard's, Joshua Clark, Christian St. Hill. So a lot of national selectees on the pitch here, and that's really contributed to the quality that we've seen. And Queen's College more so. I think St. Leonard's have just committed mistakes at the wrong times and have been punished severely. A reminder that you are watching the Coca-Cola Barbados Secondary Schools Football League, the under-16 division. And you know that in secondary schools football we have the under-14, 16 and 19. And this is, as we said, the under-16 division. So many of the under-15 nationals are here on the pitch. Khalil Vanderpool Nurse, of course, as we mentioned, he is also a under-15 selectee. Jaden Goodrich, Jaden Seeley. We were just speaking about the Jadens, weren't we? And they are also national selectees. So at least 8 of these players Ethan Squires also the goal scorer. He's a national selectee. So the quality is there. And I'm sure with the initiatives like the Future Traders program, these guys will be on course for representing their country. Maybe within the next... we're aiming for 2026, aren't we, Kwame? So maybe in the next 7 years, a lot of these guys here will be in the national senior team. And that is what we're hoping, because in the past we've been very lackadaisical about keeping together our under 17 and under 15 squads. And I think that now is the time to do that. That's a great pass, but he's offside. Very good pass to the back post, but he's offside and correctly called. So 55, almost 56 minutes have gone. And it is also 3:23 in the afternoon. So the schools have been dismissed. I'm sure that they can get over here quickly to watch their teams. But I'm sure if they can't get here, they will be streaming with us here on Trade at 10. Yeah, Kwame, you was telling us something there.
I was about to say that Jaden Pierce has been unable to pierce the defense of St. Leonard's since the resumption. He was definitely more involved in the first half, but nothing really to show so far for himself. In the second, not much involvement from him. He hasn't really seen the ball on that left-hand side of the Queen's College defense. He cuts inside now. Looks like St. Hill finding Rashawn Ward. Joshua Clark takes on his man, goes around him, manages to get a ball in, beautiful ball in. Just another header, another ball reaching the head of Kyle Blaze forward, and that he is unable to tuck into the back of the net as he walks away looking quite dejected, no doubt thinking about the opportunities he would have had so far in his 58 minutes of play, and unfortunately he has been unable to put his team on the scoring sheet. As Clark wins the ball against Ramsey. Poor touch there by Wiltshire, arguing for a foul. The team still in possession of the ball. Ball finds its way to Ward out wide, trying to dribble, but is dispossessed, and the ball runs out of play for a goal kick. So once again, good defending by Queen's College. The diminutive figure here of number 19, Joshua Johnson, has had a very good game. Ball in the midfield now. St. Hill looking for Blaze Ford. Ball cleared by, looks like Ramsey. Foul here being awarded to St. Leonard's boys. Another chance here. Looks like to Jerry Archer. Eagerly tracking the ball. Another chance for him to hit the target. He's had about 2 free kicks so far. None has forced the goalkeeper from Queen's College to make a save.
To Dre Arthur.
I said Ford just now.
You said Archer.
My apologies.
He's Arthur. He's another one of the under 15 selectees. And another result here, they also beat St. Kitts and Nevis under 17s 3-2. So I'm sure a lot of these guys on the pitch are on a very high level. That's a free kick driven, and the goalkeeper collects it very easily. And just about the hour mark here, and another 10 minutes or so to go in this fixture. And a very big game on our hands, and I think it's been full of quality. Ball played wide. Van der Poel Nurse. And he's been shrugged off there. I think he was... I don't think he was expecting the challenge in that way. A lot of these guys will be traveling to the CONCACAF Under-15 Championships in August. I think those will be at the IMG Academy, if I'm not certain. I think those will be there. Do you think, Kwame, that I can get a US visa in time to go over the Under-15s?
Yeah.
Do you work at the embassy?
Anyone if you're a clout and
and my fame,
Your fame.
I should be able
no
to.
doubt your expertise.
I think so. I think I will get in there. The
Chance
chance is
to make
there.
a tree.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Ethan
It's
Squares again.
Been absolutely brilliant.
In the 61st minute, getting to the ball fastest of anybody trying to retrieve the ball, and on his second attempt, placing it into an empty net. Queen's College 3, St. Leonard's Boys 0.
There's the replay. Van der Poel Nurse at the center of everything. Long ball played, and the goalkeeper went down early, committed himself, and now 3-0. And I think, Kwame, that is all she wrote. I think St. Leonard's, as the goalkeeper does there on your replay, staring at defeat. And Queen's College will go hopping and skipping and jumping into the final, where they will face either St. James Secondary. Sorry, it ain't St. James Secondary anymore.
Frederick Smith.
Frederick Smith Secondary, or the Dighton Griffith Secondary School. And I tell you, Queen's College, an absolutely dominant performance. And you see this 3-0 scoreline? I always say 3-0 means you've really beaten your opponent. And I think that, Kwame, you'll agree with me that Queen's College have been near perfect and deserve to be heading into the final.
I certainly do agree. They've been the more disciplined of the two. They've kept their shape a lot better and executed a lot better. Ball played in. Another header there for Kyle Blaisford. This time the QC goalkeeper collects cleanly. And they take their time in releasing it. Ball played out wide to, looks like Yanni Marshall. Hope I had the correct pronunciation of his name. I do also apologize. Chance here falls to St. Leonard's Boys.
I think he should have gone to the far post there.
I think he telegraphed what he was going to do. I think he took too long to shoot the ball and gave the goalkeeper time to set. So strong tackle there, but he seems to have hurt himself in the process. Kyle Blaisford goes down, vehemently clutching the area just above the knee. Let's hope that that isn't anything serious.
Yanni Marshall is also another under-15 selectee, and the under-15s will be in Division 1. They head to the championships in August. But seriously though, Kwame, I think I have to speak to the relevant parties so that I can be on that plane to Florida come August. It's only March. August is in another 5 months. But I think I gotta buy the ticket too. So
I'm certain you can find a sponsor.
yeah, man. You gotta look for sponsorship. I should look for a sponsor whenever I come on here. Have to speak to the relevant producers though. I don't wanna step on anybody's toes. I'm a very honorable gentleman. So I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but certainly Queen's College have stepped on the St. Leonard's toes and really extinguished the flame of the perennial champions in this tournament and certainly in Barbadian football, and they won't give up. Great skill in the midfield there.
Christian St. Hill. Ball won back by Tadre Arthur. I've gotten it right. I've been saying Archer all evening. My apologies to any members of his family who are watching.
Oh dear. Ball switched over to the other side. Queen's College looking for a fourth now. 2 players up, 2 against 3. Can he get there to cross to the back post? Looking for the. Oh my goodness me.
It's an own goal.
It's absolutely embarrassing. And it is now self-destruct time. Self-destruct time. Just over 5 minutes to go, and the cross turned into his own net. And now it's becoming quite embarrassing for St. Leonard's and the Queen's College. The husbands are now, I think they have 1 foot in the final. I think we can say that for sure. They have 1 foot in the final, and it's been A very tough afternoon for the Richmond boys.
They have many feet in the finals there.
Haha.
There's some pink boots. There's some green boots. There's some blue boots that you're going to see in the finals.
Unless
Very
they
colourful.
get new boots. But here's the replay of the goal and the cross, and it just got his feet absolutely wrong. He didn't even try to clear that one. He just put his foot there, and real fatigue in that own goal. 4-0.
Yeah, it looks like Rashawn Hoyt, who tried to cancel the cross from Ethan Squires and unfortunately placed it or lobbed it to the left of the goalkeeper, whose desperate dive only managed to push the ball into the net. So St. Leonard's trying to find a consolation goal. They have a corner as the ball crashes into the goal scorer, Atori Holder, who scored the second goal for Queen's College. A very important goal too, Nick, because at that stage of the game, it felt like if Queen's College were getting back into it. 2 for company. He tries to dribble through the middle rather than returning the ball to the one he received it from. Chance here for Squires as he takes on Hoyt, trying to add to his 2. His brace. The foul is attributed to Squires. So St. Leonard's boys have a free kick, and they're also about to ready a number of substitutions. Not sure about the pronunciation of this name, but I would just say Kamabach is entering the game, number 18. Just waiting to see who he will replace, and also looks like number 21, Dominic Downs. So it looks like Ethan Squires, for me, the man of the match, leaving the game after scoring 2 goals and putting his team in a very comfortable position. And Dominic Downs enters the game for him. Ball played long by St. Leonard's boys. Not reaching the intended target. Ramsey. Ball cleared. No. So, free kick again. Just about a minute of regular time left. Ball play along, looking for Kamabach, who has the freshest of legs. So no doubt a comprehensive win for Queen's College. St. Leonard's boys, perennial participants at this stage of the competition, will be exiting the competition at the semi-final phase. Let's hope that the players would have learned from this experience. It's not all about winning. We all know the joys that winning can bring, but it's also a learning experience in losing. As Queen's College, who have definitely managed the ball better than St. Leonard's boys. Ball kicked long by the goalkeeper. Looking for, looks like a Tory Holder. So, be interesting to see if there's going to be any stoppage time. Another sub here being readied. So, any moment now, you will hear the final whistle. As you see, at least some of the players congratulating their teammates for the performance that they would have put in. Nathan Seeley also playing at centre back would have had a very fantastic game. Also Jaden Gurridge, number 4. You see a bit of sportsmanship between Gurridge and Kyle Blazeford, exchanging handshakes. So no love lost in the heat of battle. Ball building in midfield. Fall against St. Hill. Mackay Francis Shepherd as well. He's one that, to me, he wasn't really having the best of games in the first half, but he definitely switched on in the second.
Another hyphenated name.
Another hyphenated name. Another shot. This one hitting the protective fencing. The wind keeping it, no doubt, from exiting our peripheral.
And going into the bush. I tell you. 70 minutes gone. It's been a great evening for Queen's College. Maybe the final kick of the game now. I think the next semi-final between St. James and, Frederick Smith and DEIGHTON Griffith. I think that will be played later this week. But for sure, Queen's College have planted their feet firmly in the final. And I didn't even mean to do that alliteration there. But I tell you, great pass into the box, almost a great first touch. But offside is called by the assistant referee. But yeah, Kwame, it's just about over now, and Queen's College certainly into the final.
What would you what would you say you was most impressed by in this game, Nick?
I would say Queen's College. Well, the passing of both teams was really refreshing to see. The guys look very confident. A lot of short passes, a lot of movement, a lot of skill, and I think that certainly the future of Barbadian football is in great hands, or should I say great feet, because these guys really play with a confidence and a maturity that belies their age. Remember, this is under 16 players, and the guys really play with a confidence that belies their age. I think that's testament to their training, their coaches, and certainly their coaches in a national setup, because as we said, there's at least 11 players out there who are part of the national under 15 selection. So I think for me, I've been impressed with both teams, but Queen's College taking their chances well, and they had the mercurial, what's his name again? You give me his name there. Vanderpool Nurse, the mercurial Vanderpool Nurse, pulling all the strings, and I'm sure they will come away with a victory this evening.
I've been very impressed by his footballing IQ. Football IQ, I should say. He has marshaled and instructed many of his teammates of their positional play or their lack of. So there's a chance to make it 5-0. Very superb ball played over the defense and in and behind the attacker, just not getting the appropriate connection. There you hear the final whistle in this first semi-final contested between Queen's College and St. Leonard's boys. Queen's College 4, St. Leonard's 0. Goals from Ethan Squires, a Tory holder, two strikes rather from Ethan Squires, one from a Tory holder, and an own goal from Rashawn Hoyt of St. Leonard's boys. St. Leonard's 4, Queen's College 4, St. Leonard's 0. So there we see the players at the halfway line exchanging the customary post-game handshakes. It's part of the sportsmanship of sports. And as I said before, my commentary is not all about winning. You can't win every game, but more importantly, it's the application that you show and the desire. I found that both teams were quite disciplined, and most of the guys look coachable, and that's very important. Technical ability also strong. So any moment now we're going to go. Our two presenters on the side. So that's it from me, Kwame Paris, on behalf of Nick Maitland and our broadcast of the first game. I hand it over to the inside.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here and it's full time, and Ramon, what a performance by Queen's College, winning that one 4-0, and a hat trick from Ethan Squares and a goal from Holden. Now, what do you make of that second half performance?
Great, excellent football they played in that second half just now. As we said, in order for St. Leonards to get back into that game, they would definitely need to put in some new pressure, and they didn't. It was just not their day, I guess.
Well, coming into this one, Queen's College would have had a top goal scorer in Khalil Vanderpool Nurse, but today we saw a different side of him, the assist side, and he really pulled the strings of all 4 of those goals and having 3 assists.
Yes, he did. It was a great football from Vanderpool. It was a great immense role playing at the semi-finals against St. Leonards just now. And I actually can't wait to see what he has going forward into the finals. That's coming up this Wednesday, hopefully. But kudos to Queen's College and harlot to St. Leonards. Good football from the 2 teams, and we just wait to see what each and every one of these teams left in the competition has left.
And we speak about St. Leonards. What do you think they could improve in that second? I know we had a lot of discussion, but they didn't really execute their plans to suit.
Well, they came back on with a good set of energy. The energy was amazing coming into the first, let's say, the first 5 minutes of the second half. But then eventually, as Queen's College got into the rhythm in the second half, they eventually went downhill. But they played some very decent football. I'm not going to say excellent football because there are a lot of points that they could work on. They really need to work on that communication in the midfield, especially the defenders played a very decent role. The attackers gave it their best. I'm seeing I believe his name is Forward Blades. He played a very good attacking role. He tried his best. Some beautiful headers out there. Well, just great footballs, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Ethan Squires, Mr. Hat-trick.
Yes, well, Ethan, first of all, congratulations on an emphatic win, and tell us about that hat trick.
Our team went in to the game to win, nothing else, because we really wanted to get the finals, and I'm just glad of the performance, and to get a hat trick is even better, so yeah.
And in terms of your entire team performance, what do you think your team executed well in terms of your plans, enabling you to get to the final?
Well, I think the true ball worked very well, and really spreading the field and beating the defense all the way through helped us really well, and yeah, that's what put us on top.
And Ramon, what do you have to say to young Squares who would have scored an excellent hat trick today?
I'd just like to tell him to keep on working and keep working towards his goals. He's playing some very good football, him along with Mr. Vanderpool. Just continue working and hope to see you guys lifting the trophy at the finals.
And Ethan, finally, what's your plan going into the final?
Yeah, to just win, to execute, and yeah, if a hat trick come again, that would be good, but no, it's all about the win and lifting the trophy.
Well, Ramon, what's your final words? We look on to another semi-final between Frederick Smith and Deighton Griffith coming up later on in the week, and then the final.
That's correct. Well, I just want to say good luck to all the teams still in the competition. So, Frederick Smith and Deighton, good luck to you and good luck going forward in the finals to Queen's College.
Well, folks, that's a wrap. It's been 4-0, a dominant performance by Queen's College, winning this first semi-final.